Did you miss me? Welcome back to Healthy Living with Christina Sichangwa. Yay! I'm really, let me tell you something. I can explain as to where I've been for the last quarter, I think. And that's what I'm here to do. Let's get into that life update. Okay, so it all started with the last video I uploaded. Okay, after I uploaded that video, everything was good. I posted it and all of that stuff, like and because I was doing like I was doing videos in response to what my followers were asking. I did come back, read the comments, which I do regularly from time to time, like and whatnot. And I don't know, I just had this sinking feeling in my stomach. I just felt so bad. I immediately called my elder sister, whatever, and cried. I was just crying, like, you know what, I think I'm done with YouTube. I've just been putting in so much because it's honestly a lot of work. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of work, and I love it. I think the painful thing for me was just how much I love this. This is actually a passion project for me. It's not like a pastime or whatever. It's something that's very, very dear to me, very, very dear to God. I get so attached. I don't know how to let go of things. So it was very hard for me. I felt like I was sort of in a toxic space. Let's use it. Not the right word. I was not in a very good place. And I think for me, YouTube happened to be the trigger to show me that things are not really going as I would have hoped. The light is right in my face. So if I start glistening, just believe that it's the glory of God.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I called her up and then she was just like, okay, I think you need a minute to just calm down. She encouraged me, Ovi. Shout out to Nikiwe. And then I called my manager. I was hysterical. I'm just like, I think let's shut it down and whatever. Then he said the same thing, like, let's just calm down, He didn't say calm down, but you know what I mean. Like, he's just like, let's reconvene later, like, just have your moment. But I think what I like is none of them invalidated me because I'm a very strong person and I'm also very resilient. Like, I don't easily give up. So for me to be saying that, I feel like alarms were going off sort of everywhere, especially for me, it was going off, just the feeling. It was enough of an alarm to set me off. And I remember after that we had our meetings and all of that stuff, and I feel like I was in a good place. We agreed, like, look, you are doing a lot. For me, that quarter, like, between August and now is insane in terms of work. So like, maybe just take it like a week or two. And it's not, the thing is, let me just clarify, it's never the lack of content. I have content galore, and because of how much my content means to me, I will still post one or two very dear episodes, like my daughter's first birthday. I still want to share all of those things. I just feel like, so I was taking content, I was editing, everything was going like clockwork. The challenge was me personally. I just felt like there were so many things that were just off and I needed to go back and figure it out. So we agreed that I'll take a month off and just like a break in between seasons, right? The usual. That's not what happened. I experienced technical difficulties. Outside of technical difficulties, again, I feel like, that scripture where the Lord talks about how if the enemy knew that killing Jesus was the plan, he wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I feel like God really is an opportunity, and I see where I get it from. But like, what was meant for evil was definitely used for good. Like, in this period, a lot of things happened, and at the same time, a lot of change and transformation happened for Christina. And I think all this started honestly in November last year after I'd given birth. I gave birth in September. And when I came back for the last season, and a lot changed. Like, especially, I feel like this was now real life with me being really, really far from those I'm close to, a number of people in my team and all of that stuff. So I was doing majority of the things on my own, like, which was one of the biggest like red flags in our meetings. I shoot, I edit, I post, I promo. Like, it was a lot of things to do sort of on my own. I'm proud of myself. I feel like I've developed a lot of skills, of course, of feedback. I've gotten better equipment to help me get there, but at the same time, it's a lot of work and dealing with a newborn. I'm still newly married. Like, in a few weeks is when I'm going to be like 2 years in marriage. It's still fresh. Like, adjusting to life, it was a lot. And I was managing. Honestly, I was managing. I just think the difference is what had happened to me and had not necessarily happened to everybody else. And that's where the lesson is. Okay, let me give you an example. Before, I feel like I had trained people to rely on me, and I'm dependable, I'm ever available. Call me at midnight, call me at this, call me, I'm available. Like, I'm the one you should call. And when I had my daughter, it dawned on me terrifyingly that I can't be that person anymore. I can't be 24/7 available the way I was. And the hardest thing was work. These accolades don't just come. Like, some of us are machines. Like, I will fail to sleep if I have pending objectives. I will, and this is someone who loves sleep, right? Like, so I just feel like a lot of things were happening in the background, and I'm a planner. I love to do these things a long while. I started planning my daughter's first birthday. It's for another video. I started planning her first birthday like 2 weeks after she was born. Like, that's just how I am. I like to get into it, right? And the challenge was, I knew I couldn't give out as much as I could. I wanted to spend time with my daughter, my husband, and all of these things. So it's still the same 24 hours. I needed to set boundaries. And I'm very proud of myself, because in the beginning of the year, I had so many counseling sessions with different people for different areas of my life to prepare me. And I honestly think that's how I managed. And I was able to learn so many things. Now, the challenge is, I think, in as much as Christina was changing, the environment wasn't getting it. It was not getting it. Like, okay, let me give you an example. I promise to be as transparent as can be. When I started YouTube, it was a passion project. Me and the Lord came together. Let's do this. I just started with my Samsung, whatever phone that was. Like, it was just chill. Like, it wasn't no pressure. It was just like, oh, whatever, everybody starts YouTube, right? But for me, I did see the longevity of it. Like, and I feel like the biggest challenges I've had with running a channel is I'm very appreciative of feedback, trust me. But I feel like it became sort of overwhelming. Like, do this. Why put a background sound? That's not in anymore. Nobody does intros. Like, ladies and gentlemen, let's calm down. Whose name's on the channel? Thank you very much. Like, it was just becoming, and I trust me, I'm the kind of person who's like, whatever. But I wasn't whatevering, okay? It was getting to me now. And that's how I knew that, okay, I literally need a break, because I'm doing so many things. Like, let's take 5 seconds. And I think I'm one of those people, like, I would do things for, like, again, I always say it's all about the quality. I need to do things that are healthy for me. I need to be enjoying what I'm doing, right? So don't over technicalize things for me. It's very, very hard to enjoy it if you over technicalize it. You won't get brand deals if you don't ABCD. You gotta, like, for instance, how I caption my videos, like, I have to be like, woman surprises daughter for first birthday, like, so that it can blow up and everybody in the world can see it. Everybody wants to blow up, but I'm not going to compromise who I am for that. I'm a personal person. I like this one-on-one vibe we got going on here. So I feel like it was just getting a lot. Like, oh, you would have been here at this time if you did ABCD, and that's just not who I am. Like, this is what I love to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And it was just very difficult to do that. So outside of that, like I said, we dealt with that. I had meetings and meetings with people, because I'm not shy to get help. That's another life lesson right there. Number one, I said, you might be evolving, but not everybody else is. Number two, get the help. Get the help, trust me. And outside of that, like I said, it's just the busiest period. So it is in this period that for the first time, second time in a row, we were hosting Dominion Conference Kasama, and I was the director. It's not just a name. It's not like just Christina in eyebrows, cute outfit and whatever. I mean, looks were served. But outside of that, like, there's work. We had the team, and I would be working 24/7. Like, we started in like January again, because I'm a planner. We've already started planning the next one, right? Like, it's the kind of thing that I put in like so much work. And I feel like the last one, I was pregnant. I went to give birth. I couldn't be here physically. So this was like the first real one for me. And it was the highest height of my life, because this is my job. This is what I do, right? So everything was checking the boxes. I was so proud. I'm going to cry. I'm so proud of my team. I'm so proud of everybody. Like, we really did handle the biz. And when I was on such a high like this, I kind of like the same thing. This is what I was saying. It was like a recurring theme, and I feel like the Lord was just hitting at it. Like, Kili, you're not going to grow if you don't fix this. Like, I kept getting hit in the exact same spot. Like, what? Just when I was on a high, and like, I've never been as happy as I was in that moment. Like, I literally and gave the Lord a dance, because you have no idea like what was going on in the background. And that whole thing was purely just God being God. I'll give an example of my feet. This is a dress I wore last year, September. Is it? Anyway, yeah, right before I gave birth. I had done a maternity dress. I was supposed to wear it for Dominion Conference Kasama, and I couldn't make it because I was having technical issues in my belly. And then I figured, like, sort of like a 360, let me just revamp the dress. So when I took it to the tailor, she literally surprised me with like a mini version for my daughter. Like, I just felt like God was hearing me, because that's initially what I wanted to do, but I'm like, I'm just pushing the envelope. And God was like, there ain't nothing, let me push the envelope. Like, all those things were just, that's what I'm saying. I was on such a high. I just felt like, oh my God, the Lord is just cooperating. He's doing the things. Like, I was insanely happy. But I feel like at the same time, like, I have grown, I have changed, but I don't think many people, okay, what are these many people? These words I use loosely. I feel like there were still a few things here and there that I felt like were a reoccurring theme. Like, and I didn't enjoy that. Like, because me, I'm thinking, oh, I've grown, I've ABCD, look at what I can achieve. And yeah, hit me right in the core of the cause. And that's when I realized, okay, it's not even about YouTube. It's not even about your work. It's not even about you being a mom or a wife. Like, there's something at the core. And I remember in 2019 December, I was praying, and I feel like I actually saw something like this happen. Like, if people, and it isn't even people that are in my circle, like just random people said ABCD. Like, I'll give an example. At the time, the Lord was showing me my wedding, and it hadn't happened yet, right? And that's exactly why I didn't want a wedding. It's a story for another day. And I'm a planner, I like to control my things. And this was one of those things I knew I had to relinquish control, and I wasn't comfortable with it. So the Lord showed me, okay, what if ABCD go wrong? And it's just you and I know, like, you know what? Okay, I love this dress. I'm going to get this dress with this particular designer. And everyone's like, why not get the other one? Why not wear this? Why not, like, if it's just the Lord and I, Kili, are you going to be comfortable? Are you honestly going to be happy if it's just you and I? And I remember the words he said to me. He said, because you and me were the majority. Like, and that's all I needed to know. Like, if God is on my side, I don't care who's against me. Yeah, but I feel like there were some deep-rooted things. Like, I have worked, so this is the challenge with working in secret. People always build in silence and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, the people who put me in this place. Like, there's so much I've done in private. Like, I'm studying, I'm working, and I just feel like when I come out of the cocoon, many people are still seeing the caterpillar. Like, do you not see the wings? That's just how I was feeling in that period. Like, and it was really blurring my vision. Like, I really didn't want to do anything. Like, if I can work, I'm the kind of person who puts in the work, and I must see an improvement. On, ladies and gentlemen, when I first started this, like I said, I just started with a phone. I just used to shout out loud. I got my first mic. Okay, my husband got me my first mic. When I upgraded stuff, like, you can see an upgrade as you go throughout the channel. That's growth to me, and that's why I don't think I'll ever delete my old videos, because I enjoy them. I enjoy the wisdom there, but outside of that, I enjoy seeing the growth. So I feel like it was just touching that, because I have the front row seat in my life, and I'm seeing the growth that many people were not, right? And keep bringing back things in the past. Like, I'm not the same person, ladies and gentlemen. Let's calm down. But it was also a teaching moment. Like, am I also giving people grace? Am I also one of the people who's making people feel like this? Because I just felt like, okay, if I've put in all this work, and still, for me, YouTube was like, look at the consistency, and people were in my corner. Trust me, people, I love you guys. You've been in my corner. Even in this absence, you've been in my corner, right? So I felt like maybe because people DM me those things, people don't actually see the impact that's there. Now, again, back to the, am I comfortable? It's just God and I know what's happening. And I was, but the fact that just my foundations were shaking, showed me that something was off. The Lord and I had to deal with a lot concerning Christina, which will unfold as things go on. And after that, there was still so much highs I wish I could have shared with you guys, but again, like, I just wasn't in the place, and that's the thing for being fake. God didn't give that to me. I can't stand before you like this, looking you eye to eye, and I'm not okay, and I'm just pretending like everything is fine. Nah, boo. Now that was I depressed, let me just correct. Like, I just feel like the core of Kili's being needed to be worked on. Then I could come back. So in the process, what else happened? Like I said, other things happened. We hosted, my husband and I, Apostle Frederick and Manuela, like the whole family. You might not know what that means. I don't think anyone on earth will ever know what that means. Again, the girl is crying. I tell you, the day they were flying out, I was a wreck. I just kept breaking down and crying, because I just couldn't believe that the Lord had given me such an honor. Like, ish. Shout out to my mom for training me, because ish, that's all I wanted to be. I kept telling people I don't want to be, the Martha Mary thing. Like, Martha was just in the kitchen. Mary was sharp enough to discern like what was happening. From the moment our man of God walked into our house, he was just dropping gems that were shifting my life. Like, I was just glued in. I couldn't even be on my phone. I didn't even have the energy to vlog, and I had so much planned, which I think I'll just do the next time I host, right? I still have the notes. I still have a few videos. I had hacks, like cleaning hacks, how I prepped to host, like some of the meals. Like, I did a meal plan, like how did that go, the planning versus the execution. We can do that another time. But for me, I just would break down and cry, like, wait a minute, he walked in these floors. You just don't get it. It's okay. One day, those that get it. And that's all that matters. So I was just really honored to have hosted them in my home. I keep saying because we're a team still. I'm not excluding you, baby. I love you. But, it was just, my life will never be the same. Like, my daughter was very timid with regards to walking. She could walk, but she's a lot like her mother, like trying new things, and every time she did it, she failed. And that's the perfect analogy for what happens to me. Like, if I keep doing things and people keep acting the same, like, let me just not do anything at all. That's how she was. She refused to walk. But when sweet little Malu was around, it really, like, literally the Sunday after they left, she just got up and walked, like, out of nowhere, which, like a pro. Every time like, I was just so happy that every single one of us was just getting transformed, and I'm grateful for that. After that, I feel like I just was, again, like, all those things that I had to deal with. I just took the time to just deal with things with God. Like, we were just dealing with Kili's internal issues. And shortly after that, we traveled out for Dominion Conference. Global. Yeah, on a global scale. Now, this is another, I keep crying. It's another thing that changed my life that maybe many people don't understand about this Dominion Conference. I've been in this ministry for years, right? And I am one of, I think, God's last bones. Like, he's literally, I have seen favor And I'm privileged to be in the forefront working and all of that stuff, which is Christina's greatest honor. But I feel like for the first time in my life, I got to speak to those thousands and thousands of people.
Like, I come bearing a gift. I needed to take this moment, like that notification.
Yeah, it was just it was surreal. I remember when Apostle gave us the call, my husband and I. My husband's been in the game. I feel like he's been doing this for a while, but us as a couple, for the first time, as a couple, like it was ish, and we're polar opposites. So it was so amazing to see what the Lord was doing there. I feel like I work so hard, you work so hard, but the Lord was like, let me reward you together. It was the greatest honor of my life. Honestly, it was beautiful. Looks were served, guaranteed. Let me tell you something, because this is YouTube. Let me tell you the background of those looks, okay? I bought that wig in July and I saved it, severed it. I saved up for it, like, because I just really wanted, because Apostle gave us a call in June, and I'm like, I'm not going to serve. And I was supposed to, like when you're in the team, you're supposed to wear like suits and whatever. So I prepared, because I started in January. Like I spoke to my tailor, this is the design, we settled on it. But the Lord, I don't know what happened. It was just like, no, you're not necessary. I had to call my boss, literally, the director of the conference, like, aren't we wearing suits? And they're like, ma'am, you're a first lady. You got a first lady. And now I was scampering. No, I was all over the place because that's not what I planned, and I'm a planner. And so I had to start from scratch, like thinking of a design and everything. And shout out to my designer. She really did do the dabs, but unfortunately 2 days before the conference, like, she was unable to deliver. And I just remember anyway, I had to go into a store and buy a dress, and I got it from Forever 21 Northmead. Yeah, Forever 21 in Northmead. They also have a store at East Park. They have cute stuff, really cute stuff. But that was just also good, because that's the exact color I wanted to wear. I just wanted and everything was planned. Like my daughter and my husband were supposed to. Everything fell through, like I said, like 48 hours to the conference. And this was the only thing I feel like in a long time, having gone through what I was dealing with, I needed something to work, because my challenge was I was putting in effort and I feel like things were just not working. So I feel like that was also the Lord testing me to show me, because pressure exists to show you what's strong and what's weak. So if I punch this, my finger didn't fall apart, then it's strong, right? So I feel like that was one of the blows to show me. And I just kept saying, the Lord can't do this to me. We'll find something. The Lord can't do this to me. We'll find something. It's crazy how we found that, my exact size, the exact waist situation, because sometimes my waist and other areas proportions don't align. The slit was exactly where I needed it to be, appropriate. And it was the exact color scheme as my husband, like crazy. There's God everywhere. But basically, that's what I've been up to, okay? There's a lot of things, again, that I'd like to say. I just can't do it now. I just wanted you guys to know that I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And outside of that, to just say thank you for the support. She still just keeps crying, but thank you for supporting me. Thank you for the DMs. Thank you for the encouragements. I remember the last Sunday I was in Osaka, someone walked up to me and said, when I was at church, "Yeah, the reason that I'm here, because I found you on YouTube and I joined your church because of just how much you blessed me." She has no idea what those words did, but they did the things. Like, people just kept doing that. And I'm so grateful for your support. I'm honestly grateful. And let's do this healthy living thing together.